Alright, welcome everyone to Operation Spider Beast. We are taming the aliens. Bit by bit we are fighting them back. We've now almost gotten a hold of the whole world. The Doom counter is not a problem anymore. We have all of the technology at our disposal, so that's not a problem as well. We're pretty much in the late end game, and I'm enjoying it. I do have a blast. Like the new suits, mwah, premium. The new weapons, good. It's just great.
S05, hostile forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians. Advent came in hot and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
ZZM, thanks for the tip. I think you're right. And if the EMP bomb would stun them, then it's exactly the item that we have been looking for. You know what really sucks, by the way? Shield Wall as an ability. There are good abilities and there are not so good abilities, and then there is Shield Wall. AKA, I don't even know what they have thought when they created this ability. Chrysalids! Lots and lots and lots of chrysalids. Good. We don't need to use any cooldowns here. Let's just shred them a little bit. Move up. Shotgun to the face. Pistol shot. And that's it. Alright, Overwatch. Shield Wall sounds good on paper. Yeah, well. It was a bad ability in XCOM 1, and they just kept the logic of it. If you would be indestructible cover and you couldn't be hurt in the meantime, then trading one action for a potential chance to get full cover somewhere sounds to be okay. But the way specifically XCOM 2 works is you don't want to be in long firefights, you want to kill them as soon as they appear. Like they appear and you want to kill them. It's that fast. Nice one. I started liking Bladestorm more and more. What does the shield wall ability do? So I can spend a full turn here, provide high cover to squad mates where you stand. Moving and attacking will cancel the effect. So effectively I can move here, then shield wall, and I would be a full cover. And no, I'm not kidding. This is really what the ability is supposed to do. On paper, it sounds okay. In reality, you are trading actions, which are extremely valuable in XCOM 2, against things that you do not really need. Full cover is cool, but killing the enemy is cooler. Full cover is cool, but crowd controlling the enemy is cooler, because then they have a 0% chance to hit you. And so on and so on. I could go on for ages. There are a couple of things that just do not match when looking at this ability. Okay, so apparently there's another pack. Let's trigger them. I moved him first because he'll always go onto Overwatch. And no. Fucking civilian.
Commander, we need to get these people out of here.
Let's Icarus jump over here and make sure that we can kill him. I was about to say the reason why I moved him first is that he's going to go onto Overwatch and we don't want to deal with that Overwatch. But yeah, the civilian dealt with the Overwatch, so I was right. We don't want to deal with the Overwatch. The civilian wanted to deal with it. Elite the Stun Lancer. Did not receive a crit. That's too bad, but that is what we do have our normal pistol attack for. Stun Lancer's down. Nice little loot. And Fanfire just to kill this guy. Let's save the civilian. Oh, does it really mean that the aliens won't kill another civilian if they Overwatch killed him already? I didn't know that. If that would be the case, then I have no problems with him dying. I just do not want to... Yeah, you're right. They haven't killed anyone else.
On your order.
Thanks for pointing this out, ZZM. Much appreciated. Advanced, advanced, advanced. Yeah, I would have wanted to get a little bit more superior loot. Let's get the high ground position here. We're using our mobility to our advantage, with the exception of Latus, who's a little bit slow. Overwatch, Overwatch, Overwatch. And Chrysalis time. Have you ever tried to not save any civilians but leave them behind? Yeah, I've tried that. I'm an opportunist when it comes to saving civilians. If there's a big cluster of civilians available, then I'm trying to go for them. But it doesn't really make sense to invest too much time in saving them. If instead you could... What? If instead you could just kill the enemies, because most likely they will, as soon as you trigger them, most likely they will go for you. The aliens kill civilians on their turn until the number of dead civilians equals the current turn. If they fall behind, they kill extra civilians. If they go ahead, they won't kill civilians. That's very good to know. That is very good to know. I wasn't exactly sure about the calculation. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's a pretty Good piece of information there. So we could, for instance, saving these two would bring us up to 4. And since we need to move anyways, I feel like checking if that is a faceless one couldn't really hurt. So in this case, it would have made sense because we needed to reload anyways. And Overwatch, plus we advanced at the same time. And there's the pack. And there's also the Eyeball of Doom. Well, hello gentlemen. How you doing? Oh, great. Nice one. And it's burning. Nice one. But it gets an extra turn when it's burning, which I don't like. That's super weird. What the fuck? We wanted to try the EMP bomb, but we also want to shred him. So there's a little bit of a conflict of interest. If he would have salvo, then we would be fine. But since he doesn't, we're not fine. We could go for a Shred Storm. Which would get rid of most of that stuff. Yeah, but not really well. I mean, no. The other option is a Shred Storm here. Yeah, but multiple levels are always a problem. Frost Grenade doesn't really work out. We could Shred Storm. We could Shred Storm and then like go in and face off to kill most of them. It needs to be a good Shred Storm though. Let's reposition real quick. Good, so this guy could be faced off. If we move to here, no, we probably will need to move a little further back. Let's just take the secured kills here, by the way, because then we maybe not even take damage. Nice, she finally got her promotion. So what I would want to do now is find a way to shred storm both of these guys at the same time. Yeah, that's the way to go. Here we go. That killed the guy on top. It removed all of the vision blockages. Aid protocol for additional overwatch. Pickford, I don't know how you do it, dude. I've tried Legendary Ironman and eventually I hit a batch of bad rolls and good rolls for the enemy and my squad gets hurt and wiped. It seems to be able to happen at any point in the campaign. Pickford, I can feel the frustration. It takes a lot of practice. See, there are a lot of situations where I'm not even getting into a bad situation because I'm not greedy and not pulling a second pack. And sometimes if I get into clutch situations, I'm trying to explain how I'm trying to maneuver myself out of the situation. Of course, RNG is a factor, but RNG never makes or breaks the campaign. I could go for a normal Legendary Ironman campaign, and I would be almost certain, vanilla Legendary Ironman with 6 men, that nearly independent of the RNG, I could beat the campaign. And the reason why I'm so sure that this should work out is because I know the pitfalls and I'm trying to avoid them whenever possible. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is just try to be a little bit more careful at the right moments in time, and then you probably will be successful, most likely. No, I'm not shooting at the gas tank because the gas tank is highlighted because there is someone behind it. Might be a faceless one, but at this stage of the game, we're not caring about the faceless ones. We're caring about the gatekeepers. So lightning hands. Nice little critical hit. We still got all of our actions left, and I'm more than determined to kill this bitch here. We don't have fanfire, but we still might pull it off. Ah, that was a really bad hit. With fanfire, he would have died. 100% certain. And I could have moved up here, that was the plan, and then like took a shot with the shotgun up here. So what you're saying is I need to get good. So I'm humble enough to say to not like insult anyone else. It has taken me a long time to master the game, so it is definitely not an easy task. And Making it on Legendary Ironman is also not easy. So there is a reason why only 0.6% or 1.6% of the population ever finished it on Legendary Ironman. It's really more difficult than the normal game. What I'm saying is, if you have played enough hours, then you know how to avoid situations, and you know when to pull the plug and when to not pull the plug. That's what I'm trying to say. And we have a Mimic Beacon, so we might be cool. So if we're positioning ourselves here, we shouldn't trigger anything. And we should be able to kill this guy. I was hoping for a hair trigger until the last moment when I realized it's not going to happen. So here you go. No, 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 don't kill it. Okay. Because if it now explodes, we'll take damage. Why does it need to park his fat ass next to us? It's most often, by the way, that the difference between surviving and dying is just making the right call, making the decision when to run and when not. This is, by the way, a faceless one. I knew it because the tank elsewise wouldn't be explodable, but I wanted to kill it this turn anyway, so that's why I moved up there. I just wanted to move out of the range of this eyeball when he now explodes. Shit, the tank had a bigger explosion radius than I was expecting. Joke's on me now. Syken and multiplayer fights. Yeah, I think we can make that happen, but I need to train multiplayer first. Because you always, you would expect from the first second and get-go that I already know what's going on. I never found the multiplayer of XCOM like super intriguing. It was super slow-paced, and XCOM 1 multiplayer was also not really balanced, let's put it this way. Okay, we know that the last pack is over there. We're still fine on turns. Form and run without any kind of armor, that would be pretty devastating. We had the problem in the first runs that we were always subject to one-shot kills. And I'm not talking about the one-shot kills where you know that it's going to be a one-shot kill. I'm talking about the ones where you are in full cover and the enemy decides to man mode and crit you in full cover. So that sort of kills. Not very satisfying ones. Okay, we could kill both of them. 50-50. Come on, Boltcaster, Anakin. Nice. Anakin nails it. Implacable. Which we can do a little bit later. Now it's time for the next part of Shotgun to the Face. This time staring. A Stun Lancer. Hair trigger free action. That's what we wanted to hear. Yeah, the reason why you're getting one shot in full cover is pretty simple. The crit is absolute and not relative. So if it says 10% crit and they also have 10% to hit, then every hit in full cover will automatically be a crit. Because it's not first the hit roll and then the crit roll.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Good. Nice little smooth mission. With the exception of me being retarded and standing next to the tank, everything else went pretty well. They've done some balancing and removed some exploits. I've just watched Llama Chomp and his group do a tournament, and it was pretty fun. The people playing it were talking to each other during the fight, which was funny. I see. Yeah, maybe I'm doing multiplayer. Maybe. The problem with multiplayer is always... The reason why I'm currently shying away from multiplayer is that it'll take you a lot more time to get used to it. And on my time budget, I'm trying to produce entertaining content and at the same time, yeah, go and have a real life. Because I do have a job and other things to do. And in multiplayer, you usually need training, a lot of practice. Where the AI usually behaves pretty similar, and if you know how the AI behaves, you can plan according to it. Some of the moves I'm doing in the solo campaign will probably not be the same moves against the player, because you could assume that the player is not stupid. Good, finally, look at that. It took her 22 missions and 100 and nearly 100 kills, but she made it. I'm proud of you, Mrs. Cabba. Reaper would also be nice. Yeah, with the X's, Reaper would be really nice, but... Let's go for Reaper. Good and good. Work like a charm, guys. Work like a charm. We don't need supplies. Let's gain some more intel. Oh, Syken. If we're talking about it, I can easily beat early and mid game in Impossible Ironman. You probably mean Legendary Ironman, or no. Do you mean XCOM 1 Impossible Ironman? But then the late game, I'm getting raped. What do I need to do? You were promising a reverse difficulty curve. Who you source? Why exactly are you getting raped? What's the problem? Are the enemies having too many hit points at a certain stage, or are they overrunning you? And what do you specifically mean with late game? Do you already have plasma weapons and the best armor, or are you missing items? That's pretty important for the answer, because then I can tell you what's maybe not working out for you. Let's go for school mining. Legendary Ironman, okay. Still, my questions are the same. What exactly is not working out?
Alien facility coordinates locked in, Commander.
Wow, another facility. Yeah, maybe the game forces us to do another run here on the facility with the 4 bleeps. That would suck. Yep, the game is forcing us to do a run on the facility with the 4 bleeps, which sucks. So we're talking about Sectopod, Codex, Heavy Mech. Wow, super heavy on the mechanical department.
Setting course for Sector 10, Eastern United States.
Good. Wow, look at the number of kernels that we have. I wasn't even having these many in my first legendary Ironman 6-man run. That's because we have not that many casualties. Make armor available, yes please. Make weapons available, yes please. Make utility items available, yes please. First thing, by the way, the gun is okay, but I'm not convinced about that in the end game. Like, our guns here are better. We do have a repeater, and we have more ammunition, nearly the same damage. So, Good. Since we know that they are strong on the mechanical department, let us take EMP bombs here. That worked out pretty well so far. Shredstorm cannon also good. We could take the frost bomb, but I like the idea of having a plasma grenade. Do we have a shredder gun? No. Blaster launcher. Yeah, the blaster launcher. Yeah, let's take a blaster launcher. And with a blaster launcher, then we could also take the frost grenade. Good. Grenade, frost bomb, EMP bomb. Pretty nice setup. Good, good. And let's give her Rage Suit, good gun, Fusion Blade, Shredstorm Cannon, Mimic Beacon. Good. Beacon, beacon, lots of other shit. We're ready to go, guys. Here we go. Saiken, what do you think of the workshop? And do you think it will ever download the Ultimate Workshop mod / produce weapon mod upgrade PC? Okay, so we have... I'll answer that in a second, Smolcher.